Hi. Oh boy. Hello. How do you do? Welcome to the stream. It's my goodness. Took a bit of effort, but everything is here. I'm here, and we're gonna be reacting to a musical. Apparently one about murder. Which is, you know, very on brand for me, I think. Is that a bad thing? Is it a bad thing that it's on brand murder for me? Nah, it's cool. Murder is cool. And it's always cool, I'll have you know that. Except when it isn't, I guess. Which is never. For legal reasons. That's a joke, by the way, but, I'm sure it's fine. Alright. So what are we actually watching? A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. It's a musical. You know, it's on YouTube. I can check it out. Very exciting. I don't know exactly which one to watch. I'm just going to press the first one that I find, which is like 2 hours. Which seems about right. There's even... there's actually like a short little... A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder in 4 minutes, which is very exciting. I kind of want to check that out before we get into it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we do a little... Get a little snapshot of what we're about to get into? Because it seems interesting. And just based off of, like, the little... Like, image of it that they, like, have, it looks kind of goofy. I don't know if it will be goofy, but it looks kind of goofy. And I do love me a goofy little show. But, if no one has any thoughts, no, I'll watch it anyway. It's my channel. I can do what I want. Oh, what? All right. Let's turn off that background music, and let's get into something a little funnier. All right. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder in 4 minutes. Good day, sir.
Our hero is Monty Navarro, who hatches a murderous plan for ladies and lords to meet their rewards, and all made by one clever man.
You'll fall for the vixen Sibylla. The girl
is this the actual intro of the musical? Because it feels like it's the actual intro.
murdering for the soubrette sings so high, what older than die. And Monty's the man they adore.
For those who doubt death can be funny,
Is Monty the one who killed them?
we're here to tell you it can.
Through hilarious means
And uproarious scenes, he eviscerates all of his plan.
This musical's not a whodunit. Rather, how does he do it? At times, he gets...
Okay. That literally is the musical intro, isn't it? In which case, we'll watch it very soon. Alright. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. It'll likely be slightly different than the previous, but that's life. This camera is so bad. Can you guys see the stage? I sure can't. Oh, the first and second row are about to die. If only I could have been there. To die, probably.
It's ghastly still. We thought you ought to know. It's only just past 8. It's not too late. For God's sake. For God's sake. For God's sake. God.
Are they literally telling us to get out of here before we die? That's the start of a good show. A show that tells you about the whole being dead thing. right. Oh, we got. Is that our protagonist writing a letter?
Pentonville Prison, 19th of October, 1909.
1909. Wow, this is turn of the century. Well, their century.
This is the memoir and perhaps final confession of Lord Navarro, 9th Earl of Highhurst. It is a fact of life that no one ever really tells the truth about himself. But in
yeah. I mean, like, I feel like even at the very end of their life, a lot of people hold on to secrets. Secrets that they decide to take to the grave and that no one will ever know because it's deep inside them. Or maybe they, you know, for whatever reason, they want to keep the secrets to the end. Maybe they just want to keep their legacy going.
the event of my execution, while I still have time, I have decided to leave behind a purely factual record of events. I suppose one could call it a gentleman's guide to murder.
Just murder? No, not the love? Alright, got it. I thought we were going to get a title drop so quickly. See, here's the thing. Is he being truthful 100% if it's just because he's like a gentleman's guide? So you're still projecting your character onto this, you know? So how honest are you being really? I wouldn't be. I would exaggerate the heck out of all my kills.
Should I say love and murder? My story begins, as stories often do, with a quite unexpected visitor.
All right.
If there's a sorrier street in all of Clapham, I'm sure I've never seen it.
Pardon me, madam, but do we know one another?
Only
Hello.
since the moment you were given birth by your sweet mother.
You do not. I've only just returned from a funeral.
Oh, my
Oh, was that the nursemaid? What was it called? The wet nurse. There we go. The person that helps, like, you know, the person give birth.
poor dear Isabel, bless her soul. Oh, look at himself. Oh,
Oh, that's them. Oh, that's... So we're starting immediately with just death. Got it.
grown up and handsome as the devil.
How is it you knew mother, Mrs.
Miss Shingle, Marietta Shingle.
Oh, of course, Miss Shingle. She spoke of you often, how she looked forward to your letters.
And I hers, I assure you.
Okay, so not wet nurse. Just a longtime friend of the family.
You were going to offer me a spot of tea, were you?
You must forgive my manners, Miss Shingle. Mother always had a kettle on.
And if you can spare a biscuit or two, I'm sure I wouldn't mind.
All right.
Oh, I knew you and your mother were having a rough time of it, but I didn't know it had come to this. Have you any...
I don't know. The house looks nice enough. I don't think it's that bad looking.
prospects, love?
My mother always dreamt I should go to Oxford or Cambridge somehow. It seems rather unlikely now.
There's nothing.
Why? Do you got running out of money or something? What? Just not very smart? What were the requirements to get into school back then? Because I know it was way cheaper for one. But that's about all I know.
Your mother wouldn't have done for you.
I hardly know how I should go on without her.
You rather favour your father. Physically, I mean.
Did you know my father? He died when I was but 7.
Only met him once, love.
What was he like?
Castilian, you know. As dashing a face and figure as you will ever see. Tell me, love.
Okay. I mean, considering she just said you look like him, that's a nice enough comment, I guess.
What do you know of your mother's family?
Dun dun dun. What?
My mother never spoke of them. Must have been curs and mountebanks, horse thieves at the very least.
Horse thieves, my goodness. Just every kind of bandit and marauder out there. That'd be kind of hilarious, actually, but I don't think that's the case.
Have you heard of the Dice Squid family?
No.
Why, yes, of course. Hasn't everyone?
Then you've heard of Highhurst Castle?
Uh-oh.
Of course.
You're aware then of their position, their vast wealth,
Come on, man. Use your brain. Make the connection. This is why you can't get into the schools.
and influence?
Yes, what's it got to do with me?
You're a dice squid. What? You're a dice squid.
Dice with. Interesting.
No.
Oh, the dice squid blood is flowing through you.
Me, a dice.
It's about to bloodbend him. Whoa.
A genuine bona fide dice squid.
Rubbish.
Of course, you don't believe me, do you?
You must be mad.
I'm as sane as the day is long, and by my estimation, only 8 other relations stand between you and the current Earl of Highhurst, Lord
So you're telling me we only got 8 targets? Alright. Shouldn't be too difficult. Agent 47, I got a mission.
Squid himself.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. Mother took in laundry and washed the neighbor's floors till her hands bled. Does that sound like the life of an heiress to you?
Very well then, if your mother was not a dice squid, what was her maiden name?
Mother always insisted that the only name that mattered.
You see? Isn't that a little suspicious that your mother never told you her maiden name, and in fact, when questioned, said, it's not important? I'm glad he also immediately realized.
Was my father's.
Your mother lived like a princess in every way, the daughter of Lord Maximilian, till she met her father one fateful day. She knew it was love and yet the family declared him in led astray by a climbing conniving Castilian. Let him go, or else you'll know, and love you will live to regret. This was no.
I see. The classic story then. She was cut off when she ran off with his father. It would have been a beautiful love story had he not died for whatever killed him. Did they say what killed the father? I don't know.
Idle threat, you're a dice squid, you're a perfectly readable dice squid. And a dice squid does her duty, don't forget. There was nothing your mother could say.
Welcome to the stream, Ray.
She eloped with your father the very next day.
So she was disinherited?
In a word, yes.
Yes. In a word, I mean, yeah, that, you know, you have to like specify. Yes, she's disinherited. But if she's disinherited, then isn't he disinherited? How's he gonna get back into this? I mean, the blood is there, so I guess from a certain standpoint, there is still a claim that he could make.
Despicable, the lot of
No wonder. The awful bouts of sadness she tried so to hide, and her obsession that I should rise above my station.
Oh, haven't seen this jewel box in years. This
Okay. She wanted him to rise above his station because she knew what it was like to be in that higher station.
was left to your mother by the old Earl himself.
I found it hidden among Mother's things. I can't figure out how it opens.
Like
Just smash it open. You know what? I'm sorry. That was rude. This is like a mother's keepsake. Gently smash it open.
this.
Oh. That was easy.
Letters. Dozens of them. All addressed in Mother's hand to members of the Dyswith family. All of them returned, unopened.
Anything else?
No.
Document. My birth certificate.
Didn't even read her letters.
Montague Dyswith Navarro. Then it's true. Poor Mother. How she must have suffered.
Yeah. Tragic. She keeps making him sit down.
Now she is no longer living. She wanted to spare you her private hell. And I think you deserve to know.
Yeah, I mean, it is something very important. I think I'm guessing the reason why she didn't want him to know, partially to like spare him the feelings about it, but it's also just be like, please don't, you know, try to connect with the family. They're awful people. They're not deserving of you like connecting with them again, or them snatching you up from me. Which I guess, considering this, I'm pretty sure he murders like 8 people. It's probably a smart idea to keep this a secret.
This knowledge and use it well. The family may yet be forgiving. This will guarantee you a right to be on the family tree. And it seems to me indisputably hid to.
Okay, but who are you in all this? Are you part of the Dicewick family? Are you... I mean, you were a friend of the mother, but... You're trying to ride the rise in status that he's gonna have here?
You're a Dicewick, and they apostrophe Wisewick. There can be no other way to view it. You're a Dicewick.
I'm all of a sudden a
Dicewick.
Yes, and it's time that everybody knew it.
Yeah.
You are the son of the daughter of the grandson of the nephew of the second Earl of Highhurst Norton.
I am the son of the daughter of the
grandson of the nephew.
Yeah, I'm already lost too, man. Thank goodness he's alone.
The thought occurred, why should I believe a woman who might very well be insane?
See, that's a very good question. But in sadness, you know, people can take advantage of you. This is what cults do all the time, actually. Oh, you just lost a family member. You're feeling very lost and alone. Here's this wonderful opportunity. The indication that you're special. Blah, blah, blah. That there's a community for you. Whatever it is to take you, to reel you in.
To be an air of authenticity to this document. I'm a Dicewick. See, I'm a Dicewick.
You're a Dicewick. Montague, I picture you at Highhurst.
Yesterday I was mounting a borrow.
You can be an old tomorrow.
And my Hurst could be my Hurst. I'm a Dicewick.
Will they accept you as a Dicewick, though, is the question? Like, they could just not. If they don't acknowledge you, then it doesn't really matter if you are, by blood, a Dicewick.
A Dicewick, a Dicewick, a Dicewick, a Dicewick.
Lord Asquith, Dicewick. Chief Officer, Dicewick Banking House, Bond Street, Allow me to introduce myself.
Oh, he's writing them a letter. I'm sure this is gonna go great.
I am the son of your late cousin, Isabel Dicewick Navarro. It happens I am in need of employment, and I am writing to ask if you could possibly find room for me in the office of your stockbroking firm. I am considered honest and reliable, not without intelligence or common sense, and I am not daunted at the prospect of hard work. I look forward to your reply most eagerly. Sincerely yours, Montague Dicewick Navarro.
Again, you know, I'm sure this is gonna go so well. He's then not just gonna throw his letter into the fireplace or anything. Is that the... What is this? Like, pillar? Looks kind of Egyptian to me.
Hey, there's my coat!
Oh! How convenient.
Monty?
Savannah!
Monty?
Savannah, I've wonderful news. You're not going to believe it!
Hi.
You just love me in pink. What are we?
Who are you in pink?
Yes, but I'd like to...
Maybe a flower for my hair. No, no. Yes, no, I don't know. A tart of roses, I think. Look, you brought me chocolates. Oh no, I don't dare.
Savannah!
Do you hate these?
Wait. Who is this? She's very vain. She really cares about her appearance. What's... Hi, Isabella? Who?
Earrings. Now the truth, don't be kind. I don't mind, because I hate them too. No, don't squeeze. Monty, you are a tease. Oh, Monty, look.
Ankle! Oh my god! Guys, close your eyes. We should not be seeing this.
My shoe.
Of course. I should like to talk to you about...
I don't know what I do without you.
Savannah.
I have never met another man who's half as deep
She's... so much power over him.
as you. You're so clever too, and you make me laugh more than anybody. Why are the men so dreary, Monty, and so deadly dull? No one holds a conversation half as beautifully as you.
Well, actually, there is a matter of some urgency. I should like...
You haven't said a word about my dress. You're a brute. See how it moves when I turn. 2, 3, 1, 2. It's a bit much.
Wait, actually, that was very nice. It flowed very well. Sabella's an icon. She's in her own world. And how rude of, I forget his name already. I'm sorry. Her protagonist to butt in and not compliment the dress.
Much for clever, but now marvelous. Maybe just a bite, just to be polite. Monty, that's too tight. Monty, that's just right. Oh, what I put you through.
All right. I'm guessing this is, girlfriend, fiance, whatever. Person he's in a romantic interest. He has a romantic interest with. Whatever.
I don't know what I do. I do not have a clue. I don't know what I do without you.
Savannah, something miraculous has happened!
What?
It's too fantastic! I have just learned that I am in the line of succession to become Earl of Highhurst! Yes, it seems Mother was a dye-smith, which means I am a dye-smith too!
Oh, my mother's the Queen of Sheba. I believe that makes me the Princess of Babylon.
It is kind of something very, very difficult to believe. Like, even if you have the birth certificate, it's like, okay, Dicewith. I'm sure other people have that name, but...
Well, you shouldn't make fun, it's true! And there are only 8 people before me in succession, which means I could be Earl someday.
Pigs might fly. As if you
I mean, yeah, all 8 of them would have to dive.
could have been a dice with all your life and not know it.
But I realized how it
As
sounds.
if you could ever be in a... 8 people would have to die for that to happen. How likely is that?
How likely is that indeed?
Oh, now don't go yet.
Your lordship.
Where are you off to? In your pink dress?
To meet a friend with a motor car.
Does this friend have a name?
Lionel Holland. You're jealous of him, I can tell, because he has a motor car. And he's rich. And good.
Clearly you're trying to make him jealous.
Is it really true about you being a dice?
Yes, of course it is.
if you say it's true, then of course I'll believe you. Darling.
Yeah?
We barely spoke at the funeral. Are you quite all right? I should be inconsolable if I'd lost my mother.
Oh, okay. That wasn't really an answer to the question, but I guess we gotta progress the romance plot somehow.
Isabella, I think it's time you took me seriously.
The man that I marry will have wealth and position.
I will have wealth and position.
That looked so magical for a moment.
What would we live on until then?
Isabella, has it ever occurred to you to marry for love?
Well, now you're being cruel.
I mean, his parents married for love. It didn't end well because one of them died, but like, you know, it can happen. It happens. Not the dying part. Well, I mean, I guess that happens to everybody in the end, but what? Never mind. I shouldn't even say anything.
Miss Lionel Holland is here for you, and right on time. Oh, if only he weren't so predictable. Monty, where's my glove? You really are a lover, Monty. Don't look so blue. I don't know what I do. Oh, you know that it's true. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't like. She's kind of like leading him on here, even though she objectively said that. Well, I'm not gonna marry you because you don't got money. So, bro, if she doesn't stand by you with, you know, when you're struggling, that does not deserve you when you're successful.
What I do.
Oh. Hi, Christian. Welcome to the stream.
Just love me in pink.
She does look good in pink. I will admit that. I can't argue against that. Woo. Oh.
Mr. Montague.
Oh, okay. He got. That was him getting a response for the letter. That scared me. I'm like, what was that?
61 and a half, Ursula Grove, Clapham. Mr. Navarro.
100% leading him on as a girl boss does. Gatekeep, girl boss, whatever the other one is.
Regarding your inquiry of my father, Lord
Oh, he's gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. There we go.
Dated 17 March 1907.
After careful consultation with several members of the Dysmith family, it is my duty to inform you that we are unaware of the existence of your mother, or consequently, yourself. It will therefore be of no use for you to trouble the firm or the family again. And further, if you should ever attempt to call yourself with the name Dysmith, we should be forced to turn the matter over to our solicitor. Definitively.
Mr. Asquith Dysquith Jr.
No. So, here's the thing. Does he not exist there because they just scrubbed her, like, name from the records? Or does he just not exist point blank, as in he's just not part of, like, them at all? I guess we won't really know. Well, I mean, I'm sure they'll reveal it at some point, but for now, we don't know. I love the guy that plays way too many roles. Is what his name from Star Kid here?
Pigs might fly. Foolish to think she would marry you. Why would she sink so low?
Oh.
You've only a claim to a noble old name. You could blame her for saying no.
I hope pigs fly at some point in this musical. That would be chef's kiss. It would be so good.
Foolish to dream she's in love with you. You're a fool to believe that kiss. The man who inspires such breathless desires, well, That's the man to dismiss. Foolish to hope she would ever see.
I'm sorry, I'm really loving this music. I'm like vibing so hard to it.
That you really are. A man with no trade is no match, I'm afraid. For a blade in a motor car, he'll go far.
Oh, does he have like no job even like before his mom died? Just none?
Foolish to pray you would ever be the fellow she might prefer. Let's have a drink. It's foolish to think you'll ever stop loving her.
You gonna have a drink, man? Can you even afford to drown your sorrows in alcohol? I don't think you have the money to do that.
On a mythical scale, the dice squids prevail on a hill just outside of town. In a castle they love that is so far above, they're accustomed to looking down. And the family ordains that the blood in my veins is...
It's very appropriate that the site of a bunch of murders is a house on a hill. I'm just saying, if you know, you know.
More than a trifle impure. They conspired with each other, condemning poor mother to a heartbreaking life she could hardly endure. With no conscience or care, they disposed of an heir to their glorious family tree. Do I lie down and die, or determine to try?
Okay, so at the very least, he is convinced that his mother was erased from the family tree. Like, he is certain of that. Do you think they're gonna reveal at some point that it's just like, no, that's just a lie? I hope not. I kind of hope that he is in the right here, because that makes it that I can enjoy the murders with slightly less skill, just slightly less.
To alter the course of my destiny, otherwise what will become of me? Am I foolish to think I could ever be? Will I never be more than I am today? I could see me as a man of respect you could never detect, and once been so heartlessly cast away.
A man whose humble past you could never even imagine. Isn't that a thing where a lot of like people who were poor and then became rich, they like try to like hide the fact that they were ever poor practically? Which makes them like get very defensive and like forcefully show off a lot of money, specifically to be like, ha, I'm so rich, I've always been this rich, I'm just used to it, you know, like that kind of thing. Very well, what's the word? Insecure.
Am I foolish to dream I'll be one day a towering man among men? Then who could deny? Now and then pigs can fly. Will look foolish then.
You know, if this was a tragedy, which it might be, I didn't actually check. This would be his tragic flaw, chasing an impossible dream. Drops it. Quick, pick up that letter. We can make that. We can sell that for cash.
Welcome to Visitors' Day at Highhurst Castle. Ancestral home of Lord Albert Dice.
Oh, this is gonna be great. So the castle has visitor days? Why? Do they what, to hear the common people be like, Lord, Earl, I need more meats. My farm was destroyed by a pack of wolves. What? Probably, honestly, now that I'm saying it out loud, despite my mocking.
Eighth Earl of Highhurst. It is from these very walls that Icewith Pass defended themselves against King John.
Yeah, they give tours also to the castle. What? Just to show off, like, to the middle class of, look at how important we are above you guys. Come on. Check out the castle.
Who wants to meet his rebellious barons at Runnymede?
Ah.
In the back of the story, we will note a coat of mail worn by Richard the Lionheart.
Cool. Whatever. Yeah. Awesome. He doesn't. He's unconcerned with any of this.
That'll be 6 months, please. No.
He's literally just trying to sneak in. Oh gosh, Monty is having hallucinations of spirits. No, don't listen to the voices, Monty. Even if they do scream of revenge. Jeez. Well, I guess the spirits here are instead being like, you have been disinherited. Get out of here. You don't belong here anymore. Wait, how comfortable is that seat? Ignore them. That seat looked really comfy.
Well, I say you there, hands off that sword, put down that book. Isn't it enough we let you look?
Who are you? Oh, well, probably one of the dice wits, I guess. Imposter Syndrome, the song. Yeah.
I hate to dash off in time, little helps. But you pay your sixpence and stay behind the ropes. I cringe when every cobbler or butcher or farmer comes touching my banisters, banging my armor. They single every single, they poke your cornerstone. Who wants to be?
Why do you guys let them in at all if you don't... like... You could just not let anybody in, and then they won't be poking and touching and doing all these things that you hate so much, right? Like... then what's even, like, the point? I mean, I know, like, a museum, they're not supposed to touch stuff. But if it annoys you so badly, just don't let them in. It's your house, castle, whatever.
What's there never though my politics not purely democratical, well, I find the species frankly problematical.
What
I
is?
don't understand the poor. No, I don't understand the poor.
What? Oh, what, are you about to be like, just have money? How badly do you not understand the point?
The lives they lead of want and need, but I should think you would be a bore. But it seems to be nothing but stubbornness. Now what's all the suffering for?
It's not a choice. They don't suffer because, like, we prefer to live our life like this. They literally just don't have money to not suffer.
To be so debased is in terrible taste. I don't understand the poor. To be so debased is in terrible taste. I don't understand. Someone has the hell for me does not.
Literally none of... This is nobility, man. long, long lineages of the rich who have, after like usually like the first couple generations, have never experienced what it's like to not be ultra rich, where you barely even have to do anything besides like some, you know, basic stuff of maintaining your land. But even that becomes less and less serious every generation, which of course is what leads to collapses and then having to rebuild stuff. But my goodness.
Understand the poor, I don't understand the poor, and they're constantly turning out more. Every listening sounding Christian down is discording its young by the score. I suppose there are some of them bishops say the pickpocket bigger or more. From what I can tell, they do quite well. They're rising above in its work they love, but I don't understand the poor. They're rising above in its work they love, but I don't understand the poor. Where's the dignity? Where's the dignity? Where's the pride? Where's the pride?
Because they're poor, they can't afford to have any of that stuff. Pride costs money, man. If you're truly in like a horrible place, you can't afford that pride. My goodness.
I accept charity, and I am perplexed by the attitude. I contend we accept.
This is the part where they make you okay with murder. Yeah, I'm glad.
Them so much latitude. My tenants have no excuse. They prisoners, I give them a goose. Where's the integrity? Where's the gratitude? I can't understand the poor. How I long for days of yore. When nearly a vessel stepped into your castle, they knew not to darken your door. Now they barge in every Tuesday with a sickening door. White letter and trample, set an example. We teach them to read, but do they succeed when they're hungry and frail? We feed them in jail. We send them off to war. I don't understand. I'm not being great.
So send the poor either to jail or war. That's it? That's the only purpose for them? You know that a lot of the poor make stuff for you, right? Well, actually probably not for you. You're like the rich, which means that you only get like the highest high-end stuff. But somebody has to farm the materials, which will eventually get to even your like really rich tailors, you know?
And I don't understand the poor. I don't understand the
I don't understand. Oh, sorry. I didn't say anything.
There is one I admit I adore. Well, is missing a leg, but a very good egg. A gentleman true to the core.
Who? 1900s. Who would this possibly be?
He may be a bit of a drinker. He can often be found on the floor. But through all of his pains, he never complains. He's bright and astute. It's a shame that he's mute. According to Mother, he may be my brother. A fact we'll choose to ignore.
Oh. Okay, so we have another sort of part of the family member who isn't really acknowledged as part of the family. Got it.
But I don't understand that sensitive end. I don't understand the poor. I don't understand that sensitive end. I don't understand. And the pox on the land. I don't understand.
It's very ironic he considers himself sensitive when he literally cannot understand most of like humanity.
Really, I don't.
Oh, and you didn't even get to speak to them.
Perhaps emboldened by my visit to Highhurst, I was compelled to make one more attempt to connect with my mother's kin. The Reverend Lord Ezekiel Dystrom was the one parson in the family, and I envisioned that he, more than anyone, might receive me with sympathy.
The one what of the family?
And I envisioned that he, more than anyone, was the one parson in the family, and I envisioned that he...
One part? What are they saying right there?
More than anyone, might receive me with sympathy.
I mean, must be difficult to get into contact with any of these, considering the nobility live just completely different lives from us normal people.
Why, yes, of course, and then the Isabel, charming. Broke her father's heart.
Oh, you're okay. Wow, that I guess that worked out. Hi.
But he and I spent our childhood summers together at Highhurst, you know. Oh, glorious days. Glorious days.
Are they okay? They're like shaking and
I'm afraid there's a great deal of family history I haven't been privy to.
The chancel was added in 1621 by the first Earl himself. It contains 3 late 12th century windows depicting the martyrdom of Saint Ursula and her...
I'm sorry. Do you just imply there are 3 corpses in something? Person is a religious leader. Oh, okay.
11,000 virgins. Oh, yes. But notice how my attenuated shaft sweep unbroken from floor to ceiling is perpendicular to the
Why did he spit in your mouth?
I must show you the tower.
Yeah, okay. Wait, that was such a cool way of indicating that they were going upstairs. Sound effects and then having the like background scroll down. That was really smart.
To put in a good word for me with the dice wits, perhaps with the Earl himself.
Oh, really, I couldn't. No, I make it my business to stay out of family intrigue. Much better that way for everyone concerned.
Oh, I mean, is it really family intrigue to just be like, yeah, this is a member of our family?
The Carolingian arches of my groin vault are pointed instead of round, recalling Palladius Palazzo della Ragione.
Are we about to get our first death? We're at the top of a tower. It's very claustrophobic. He's very annoying, spitting in his face by accident. We're about to do a Game of Thrones. Just a little boop. Oh.
Yes, what a marvelous view, your lordship.
The wind doth get strong at the top of towers.
Are you certain you couldn't make an exception in this one case? For the sake of my charming mother, your cousin? Or perhaps out of loyalty to my grandfather, your childhood playmate?
Well, that's it, isn't it? If Isabel's own father saw fit to disinherit her for her sins, who am I to deny his wishes?
Her sins? Bro, don't connect your family to this religion. I mean, that was a very common thing for nobility to be like, where they were somehow related to, like, divinity. But, come on. Your father is just a man.
Now you'll have to move closer to the edge to fully appreciate the architectural significance of the flying buttresses.
Oh, it almost threw you off. Almost ended the story early.
To be influenced by the cathedral, it's sharp.
Have you no Christian charity then? What was a great sin after all? Only love?
Yes. No, backward as I go.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, love is considered a sin a lot, but whatever.
There! Have you ever seen such horizontal thrust? Isn't it splendid? Oh, I'm afraid I shall need your hand, please.
Yes, of course, my lord.
So, is it murder if you didn't push him, you just didn't help him? In modern day, the answer is yes. Back then, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the legal court of, like, medieval, wherever we are right now. Just medieval in general.
Wish to think I could let him fall. He's on the brink, it seems. But why should I pause?
Wait, his eyes going back and forth. Time doesn't really stop. He's like, so you gonna help me or what's happening? It's like when you're in a video game where you just got an option to make a choice, and the game like essentially waits for you. It's just Like the hands reached out and they're like, come on, help me. And then the character starts reacting, being like, you gotta help me? Bro, come on.
When I go, mother's shattered dreams.
Help me, you presumptuous climber!
For the dice quits to repay their worn embrace. What can I take from the dice quits? Except perhaps their place.
Again, I know what you're saying here, but it's not gonna work if no one else acknowledges that you are one of the dice wits. You know, like, like the dice wits didn't acknowledge it. It's not if nobody else acknowledges it, you're still not gonna get the position of dice wit, like Earl or whatever. But hey, revenge. People do things for revenge.
But with 8 other dice wits ahead of me, their foolish pride survives. I take from the dice wits, except perhaps,
Perhaps. He's starting to realize that, oh god, he's actually gonna let me fall.
Except perhaps their lives.
Well, the excuse of you not pushing him is just gone. You just did. It was a very small push, like just a little air, but that's a push nonetheless. Oh, and the visual effect is so good, actually. Splat. The visuals of this is actually so good. I love how they're using this like back screen in the background. It adds a lot of like movement to the scene, despite it there not literally being a lot of movement. It didn't touch him, it'll never hold in court. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh. Wow, that was a lot of blood.
It was a windy day in Lincolnshire, rather typical for that time of year.
He's like touching himself up. I'm sure he feels real good about what he just did.
And it was no secret among his flock that the Lord Reverend was prone to inebriation.
Oh, that first murder then he got away with easy, no issue.
Had he deserved it? I couldn't say he hadn't. What I did know for certain was that in one moment my life was now changed forever. I now had a series of
I mean, I could easily say he didn't deserve that. Like, he was just a religious person. Yeah, he got drunk, so he wasn't the best. But, like, had he hurt anybody? Really? Like, really hurt anybody? Like, even in, like, more neutral, smaller ways. Besides the whole, you know, supporting a large institution with hierarchies. And that's kind of sense.
Humiliating jobs.
Chop, Navarro! Chop! You'll be getting a jack!
I shuddered at the prospect of endless days of hopeless drudgery that other men might grow rich. Men like Asquith Dicewith Jr., the man who had snubbed me so unmercifully when I wrote to his father. I discovered the young man was being assisted to sow his wild oats by a certain Evangeline Barley, who had recently completed a run as a Florodora girl at a music hall in Hackney. I discreetly observed their comings and goings.
Okay, so he's really... Now that he killed one, he's going all in on making sure that all of them are dead. Somebody messes with your mom, all the gloves come off? I agree. Like, man, not only are you ruining my future, you insulted my mom. You know, some things have to happen.
I'll see you Saturday then, Heathcliff.
Our train leaves Waterloo at 7:30. She'll be in
Winter resort at Chiselmere.
Well, they're very much having fun.
Just fancy, Heathcliff. 3 whole days at the lake together. It'll be perfect, won't it?
Chiselmere's extraordinary.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think I understood a single thing she just said. Like, like I heard the sounds, and I can tell that it's English, but I didn't get a single thing through that accent. I'm sorry.
Well, season, quite private. Their register has an unrivaled list of false names. Trust you don't mind for being discreet.
I've never known a man to take such care with my reputation.
Pardon me, miss, but don't I know you?
Jeez, man. Why she reacted like that to her fingers getting... Was he sucking her thumb? What the... Alright.
From somewhere?
Oh, certainly not. Are you insinuating, you insignificant upstart?
Oh, I meant no offense, I assure you.
You raised to a shanty town, there's some chichi pukuwala.
What was he trying to do here, by like talking to her?
Well, it's a shame we didn't pick our skates.
We can make them right on that door.
It's getting a bit late, don't you think? Nearly time for Betty Bye.
Oh, Essie.
Alright, so how do you guys think he's gonna kill this guy? Tragic ski accident where, you know, one of the ski, like, sticks goes right through his chest? Maybe lands on a pole? Dies like Eminem did? That'd be tragic.
Please, please, please,
Well, all right, Crumpet, but I say, may I warm my hands in your muff?
Wait, I get what that meant. Oh, gosh. I'm not gonna explain that joke. If you got it, you got it. The wordplay was good, though.
You and I go sailing by, and no one will know where to find us.
Have you guys ever went ice skating? I haven't. It looks hard. I'm bad at rollerblading. Ice skating looks a billion times harder.
Unseen, unknown, and blissfully alone, we're leaving more riffraff behind us. Oh, alone in our sweet cocoon, our cares for the moment at bay.
So what I'm hearing is that they're alone and isolated and the perfect targets to kill right now? Under all the snow, nobody will even find the bodies.
Side by side, oh, there's how far we'll glide with the word goodbye, and we fly away.
Also, he's clearly not prepared for the weather. He is freezing. Although maybe he couldn't even afford a jacket that would actually, like, keep him warm.
I am standing here with poison in my pocket, standing on this frozen little dock. It seems that I've just let them skate my opportunity away. If I had the poise to put the poison in a pot of tea or else a shot of gin, I would be back amid the noise of London by the end of the day. But I am standing here with poison in my pocket, but I'm pocket that I haven't.
Whoa, what were they riding there? That was so cool.
Before I was my nerve and run. If I'd had a knife, I could have grabbed him, then discreetly knocked him on the head and stabbed him. Not to mention what I would have done if I had a gun. And again, the thought occurs if I had truly taken stock, I'd have stopped me putting poison in my pocket. What a fool to travel all this way and not think twice. Murder's not a hobby for the cautious. Lots of violence can make the timid nauseous.
Oh, okay, now that he's considering violent murder, suddenly the murder thing is not cool anymore, and he's just like, whoa, wait a second, what is this? Coward, alright? Kill him with your bare hands. Don't use poison like a pansy. Do you really like ice skating? It's similar to roller skating, just the floor is slippery. Yeah, sounds awful for me, to be honest. I feel like I'd smash my skull against the ice multiple times.
Unless, of course, the victim plunges headlong through the ice. It appears that I've been handed quite an opportune solution. All that still remains is proper execution.
They're just posing.
Before it gets too late. Suddenly there is no stumbling block. It means that I won't need the poison in my pocket. But a stroke of luck, Sabella teased me till I learned to skate.
He's doing the classic cartoon dig a hole through the ice and then they just have them fall through that. Hopefully, unlike in a cartoon, they won't comically go over it and then it will fall when you stand on it. But that would be pretty funny.
So now the time is racing, now time is racing. Oh, it's all a matter of pacing. Get under once this romance will be gone. The rhythm of my violence, I am sorry. Is the tragic lovers meet the
No, I looked away for a second and they're going crazy. Guys, cover the, watch your eyes. Oh, I mean, it's very convenient that they're standing on exactly the spot where they will fall. Ruh-roh. It was kind of a cartoon ending anyway. The floor literally fell beneath them and they're like, oh, ruh-roh. Wile E. Coyote is the perfect way to describe that. Thank you. Oh, right, you didn't consider the fact that they would still be alive? Like, yeah, ice cold water can kill you really, really fast, but it's not instant. The shock on its own is, like, debilitating, but how long is it in ice cold water that you can survive before, like, you die, like, unprepared? It's like less than a minute, I'm pretty sure. It's really bad. Like, if you don't get out in less than a minute, you're pretty much dead, like, guaranteed. Unless you have, like, immediate medical service. Even then, it's, like, rough. See, they would have survived if they were just... didn't panic, I guess. But not panicking is so much easier said than done. Even if it is the mind killer, and we all know that. Wait, we're not sure they're dead yet. Don't react yet. Okay. Yeah.
This is frankly easier than I had thought.
Honestly, yeah, probably. You already got through 2 of them. I mean, we don't know how long it's been between murders, but you got 2 of the 8 already. We're down to 6. We're speedrunning this. Gonna get through this whole family lineage, besides yourself, of course.
I returned to town late that night, plagued by the haunting terror that I had left a clue, and sooner or later someone would come across it. I consoled.
I mean, you did leave a clue. You threw your scarf back over there. Did you just forget about that? You could have just held on to that, man. Cold shock response can make you unable to move, which is the real problem. Yeah, that's... There's a lot of dangers to cold water. It's like freezing water. If you fall in, it's so bad. It's so... it's kind of like game over for most people.
Myself by reading one of Mother's unanswered letters to Lord Asquith's.
And that's assuming you don't get stuck under the ice where, like, you can't, like, get back up.
Senior, in which she pleaded with him to take pity on a woman alone with a son to raise. So, it was a bit of a shock that not long after I should receive a letter from that very same man.
Dear Mr. Navarro,
Long time ago, your old claiming a my valuable living. I must apologize for our unsympathetic attitude on that occasion. Should you still be in need of a post, I should be very glad if you would pay me a call.
Interesting that they're reaching out now. Is it because two of their people just died and they're like, well, I guess now that we're losing family, we should try to connect more with the family we do have, even the estranged one.
Yours, very truly.
Lord Asquith, Dysquith, Senior.
Do come in, Mr. Navarre.
Hi.
You are not like the Dysquiths, and yet
But why? Why are you reaching out?
there is something.
This is my mother.
We were not well acquainted. It is a very sweet face.
See ya, Ray. Enjoy the VOD later.
Have you ever seen the family portraits at Highhurst?
No.
Your mother is extraordinarily like some of the women. And some of the men. If you're wondering why I should suddenly come to write to you.
Yes, Frank.
That the photo of his mother. She was a very androgynous person, it seems.
I am.
I don't know whether you heard, I lost my only son recently under somewhat tragic circumstances. A skating accident.
Oh,
Yes.
it's truly sad.
Serious condolences.
Thank you. You know, of course, I was grooming him to succeed me.
I did not.
Well, it is over. The past cannot be recalled. I should like to know if you would care to come into my firm.
Wait, so he was the only son? I mean, I guess the other one was like a religious person, and they usually like separate, you know, themselves from their like nobility and all that stuff. So unless that wasn't your son, whatever. So this was your only son of the dice switch. All right, cool.
I have no greater education on the business of stockbroking. Beyond that, I can make no promises.
Lord Dysquith, I hardly know what to say.
To begin with, you shall have £250 a year.
It is a generous offer, especially since you'll be paid for the trouble of teaching.
And here's a cheque for £20. You may want to enhance your wardrobe.
£20 in 1900 monies? How much is that? It feels like it's probably a lot, but I wonder.
I will expect you here at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Man, he's getting all dapper. Is he gonna keep his plan to murder them now that he's part of the family? Probably, because he really wants that position, I'm sure. Oh my God, £20 in 1900s is equivalent to $3,000, like pounds. That can't. No, what? That can't be true, right? Is the inflation that bad? That's crazy. Oh my goodness. I just got dizzy from the thought of somebody just casually giving out that much money. Just giving out that much money, period.
Monty, I have got wonderful news. Or perhaps you won't think so. I'm engaged.
Yeah, that's actually like really sad news for him.
To Lionel Holland.
Well, I should not be surprised. It is not unexpected.
Yeah, last time we met, they did seem like that's what she was planning on doing.
My best wishes to you both.
Naturally. You could tell that he's devastated.
Well, I do hope you'll come to the wedding. It's to be the 11th of May.
I shall enter it in my diary.
The 11th of May. Isn't there a significant thing on the 11th of May? No. I'm thinking of something else. The Ides of March?
Oh, Monty, it's so strange. Everything will change. Think how our lives will be. I don't know what you'll do without me.
Don't worry. Without you, Apparently he's gonna become Earl.
You're awfully handsome and smart. Poor Monty, you will rise above. You'll put the loss of Sibylla behind, and you will find someone better to love.
Does she really believe that, or is she just trying to comfort him? Because I don't know. I feel like if she believed that, she would have married him. But she doesn't. So I don't know. How do you think she's gonna react after he's like, by the way, I'm part of the Dice Wits now, and I'm being groomed to be like an heir.
Poor Monty, have I just broken your heart? Poor Monty, am I to blame? It may look bleak, but in a week I'll wager you have forgotten my name. I think I can picture her now, young and willing. Oh, it's thrilling. In a way, you'll have me to thank. She'll be perfect. A shop girl, a teacher, the sister of a preacher.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I hope he does end up with somebody that makes him very happy, so I am hopeful for him as well. But it's coming from you, the person that he's currently in love with. I'll be honest, that's rough. That's really rough. The person that you wanted to be with being like, well, you'll forget about me, and I'm sure you'll find someone great, even better than me. It's like, yeah, cool, I understand you're trying to make me feel better. It's not. It's really not.
Or a widow with cash in the bank. Poor Monty, cozy in a cottage for two. Oh, Monty, soon they'll be free. Nothing.
Even now, she's like, she doesn't think he's gonna be more than like a humble person, like money-wise. Despite previously saying that he'll like rise above.
To the top, you'll own your own shop, Monty. I guarantee, and I'll rue the day I turned you away. And I will say to myself, poor me.
As it happens, I have
You know, that day's I guess coming way sooner than she thought.
news as well. Lord Asquith Dicewith has asked me to join the family banking house in the city at quite a comfortable salary.
So what you told me was true after all.
Yeah, of course. Here we go. She said that I would believe you because you said it. Clearly not believing a word he's saying. But there we go.
You should never have doubted it.
You've grown older, Monty. Not in looks, you still look like a boy.
Rude.
Now you look as if you've never ever had a care in the world.
Yeah.
Don't you want to kiss me?
What about Lionel?
And the immediate switch up is crazy. And he's just gonna accept her? Love makes you do some crazy things, man. Or, well, I wouldn't want to really call this love. Affection, what's the word? Infatuation? Infatuation? Whatever. My goodness.
What about
He's just that easy. Oh my goodness.
Isabella, I cannot behave as if the very air you breathe is not to be love's own narcotic.
Monty, don't!
I have not given you up, Isabella. Come away with me, right now.
Don't torture me, Monty. Please.
Isabella, no, please.
I can picture us now, very grand, in demand, always summer exciting to go. All of Mayfair will imitate us, love us.
For a second, I thought we were getting like a flash into the future of her being married to Lionel. But no.
Imitate us for being the people want to know. My husband will grow distinguished and grey. My husband will always
Straight as an arrow. I think they meant they mean it like legally wise, you know, no problems. But which obviously is not going to be the case with our current little Monty, who is definitely has a couple more murders on his hands, or will in a moment. But it kind of sounds like he's like they're always gonna be straight, heterosexual. Is that how she feels about Lionel right now? Womp womp. Wait, I think we are skipping to the wedding. For her, I guess. I don't want to say deserved, but she belongs in the streets.
I believed I had lost Sabella forever. In my heartbreak, I returned to Mother's letters. As you have the good fortune, as a dye-smith, to attend Cambridge, Mother wrote to her young cousin Henry, I know you can appreciate the disadvantages my son Montague will have if he is not permitted to matriculate. Of course, for Henry Dysmith, a Cambridge education was a mere formality, as he was born into a life of leisure.
Just cause you and your sister already own half that county doesn't give you the right to buy up my land out from under me. What?
He's just like, who's this person talking to me right now?
Feeding my wife's family for generations.
Well, I'm afraid you lost your land to the bank, my friend, not to me.
I ain't no friend of yours. Yes, selfish talk.
Well, I say, what do we call ourselves done?
Unhand this man.
Oh boy. No, let it happen. Let him kill him.
And I should call for a concert.
This man is going to get beat. He has no idea how to fight. You could tell. Did like a glove slap, and the guy's just like, "What? What are you doing?"
Leave here before you're brought up on charges.
Oh, long tongue. I'm not through with you, Dysquith. I'll see you come a cropper, I will.
Your friends will get you nowhere, sir. I also close in the head.
I mean, you already threatened to like get the, police involved, which I guess technically you're on the right because they attacked you, but still.
Don't count it if it suits me. Aren't these peasants took responsibility for their own lives? But are you quite all right?
Yes, I believe I'll live.
Well, I must say, John, it was awfully good of you to steady like that.
Oh, it was nothing really.
Well, you've come from town, haven't you?
Yes.
No one can always tell. It's the way town men put on their clothes. Touch of exaggerated fashion which betrays a pleasure for personal appearance. We fellows who live in the country don't feel it's good form to wear your clothes too well, but that's all rot.
What is he saying? That he can tell that you're somebody recently rich, essentially?
Well, say we have some lunch, shall we? Well, at least I can offer in return for your gallantry in the aid of a total stranger.
Any man would have done the same.
If it ends Dysquith, by the way.
Mine's Navarro.
Oh, not revealing the fact that he's now a Dysquith, technically. I guess he is still continuing his plan to kill people.
When a fellow needs a little helping hand, who'll be there, it's almost guaranteed. No one else could ever really understand. Only another man knows what you need.
I mean, as we saw before, the rich people cannot understand the poor, apparently, so... Which, honestly, makes sense. The life of the average person, I call them the poor, just the average person nowadays, is full of so much struggle that a person who's genuinely rich, like especially old money, could never even begin to understand.
When a man has fallen down upon his knees, it's such a moment to be better than. No, someone who's self-controlled, someone who's strong and bold, someone as good as gold. It's better with a man. Well, then you agree, my friend.
Indeed I do. When a man is lonely, he can walk.
Am I the only one getting... saying better with a man? There's like another implication here, right? Am I crazy?
Always fine. A man who's feeling just the same. Drink will help you get your troubles off your mind. You'll both be fine before you know his name.
Lotto and squishy.
In that rousing climax when your horse comes in. As loudly as he can. Only a man would see the meaning of victory. Oh, the camaraderie. It's better with a man.
Yeah, okay, no. I'm right. There is like a sexual tension, I guess we'll call it. Uh-oh. Romantic texture, we'll call it. One that he seems completely unaware of.
Women have much to recommend.
Lord knows I've had my share. It's a friend that's not totally different affair.
Women are soft against your skin.
See?
They're awfully nice to
Bro, he's... I don't climax on screen, alright?
But when the sport is masculine, you need a man to wrestle in. Gentlemen have secrets they must share.
Gentlemen have secrets they
Never tell wives. Married men don't tell things you must not say. Discretion is the only
I'm so worried. How is this gonna end?
way that love survives. Men are always there.
always there to share and take good care for me.
Wait, this just reminded me of the meme. You're gay because you like men. I'm gay because I hate women. You guys seen those memes? It's just like, it's the craziest thing. That's what this is reminding me of.
Take a look at us. It's been ever thus since morning school began. Women are too complex.
Jesus, man. Control yourself.
Too often vex.
Although, maybe that's hard to do considering he seems very into it as well.
Not a simpler sex.
It's better with a man.
Better with a man.
Better with a man.
I didn't expect this at all. I didn't, but all right. Especially with what I thought was going to be the next like murder target, but I guess the murder target is like whole plan has become like a honeypot, I guess. Assuming he wants to kill him, which I still think he does, but I'm unsure.
Perhaps you ought to know who I am.
Well, you're not a criminal, I suppose.
Not exactly.
Exactly.
I am a cousin of yours.
A cousin?
Yes, we had a mutual great-great-grandfather, Dan Falls Dysquith. My mother was a Dysquith. My father was a Castilian, and worse, a musician.
Say that doesn't matter. No, blessedly you should all that.
All the same, it's just as well you should know, and perhaps your sister may not care to entertain me.
My sister should be civil. Come on, then.
I don't think she will.
I must say, it's quite a relief to have someone to talk to.
Guys, come on. The homoerotic subtext, which is just a text at this point, is off the charts. just keep going.
One or two chaps coming down in a fortnight, but the president's dead.
Oh, perhaps you ought to move to town.
Oh, I have a place in London, but I'm here Saturday to Monday. You see, my sister keeps the estate going for me.
Alright, we're gonna meet the sister.
Here is the honey shack. I look forward to you meeting my queen and her drones.
I should be delighted to meet your wife.
Oh, no, my wife is in London and rarely comes to Salisbury. I was speaking of my bees. I've got a little bit of a compulsion for beekeeping.
Oh, your literal bees and their queen.
I find it endlessly fascinating and deeply moving.
Did you just... What? Did you just bite at the bees? I'm sure they like dodge. Huh?
Should be afraid of being stung.
There's nothing to be afraid of, I assure you. Watch me. One little sting won't kill you.
I should think over time you might develop a resistance.
Quite. I dare say it would take 100 bees to kill me now.
100 bees, you say? What if I bring 101 bees, just to be safe? Also, I'm pretty sure hives have more than 100 bees usually. But at the same time, most bees don't sting you, besides the fact that it kills them. But because as long as you leave them alone, they don't really have any reason to sting you.
Could one really perish from a surfeit of bee stings?
Happened just last year to a man in Surrey. It was all over the papers.
Oh, that's tragic.
I had so
Now he has a plan.
ingratiated myself to the beekeeper that I was soon invited back as a weekend guest. Just enough time for me to educate myself as to the extraordinary attraction of English lavender to your average honeybee. Upon my
Uh-oh. Oh, poor guy. The guy thinks he has, like, a great friend now. And maybe more, but mostly a great friend. And his friend is planning to kill him. This is why you can't trust anybody nowadays. You never know if they're a murderer after your family fortune. Although I guess if your family doesn't have a fortune, that's not really a threat that you would have to worry about. They might just be after your cardboard box of a home then. That's not funny.
I returned to Salisbury. I paid a discreet visit to the honey shack as soon as I saw an opportunity.
Do pardon me, Miss Diceby, I presume.
You are?
Mr. Navarro. But please, do call me Mont.
My brother tells me you are a cousin.
Yes, and my mother was Isabel Diceby.
Isabel, forgive me, but I don't
Are we gonna meet the sister?
recall ever hearing about her.
Shall I tell you why?
I wish you would.
You see, my father was considered unsuitable because my mother married for love and not for money or property.
They cut her off?
Without a shilling, they ever after behaved as if she and I had never even been born.
Mr. Navarro!
I warned your brother you may not care to receive me.
On the
Oh my goodness, it's tragic.
contrary, I'm most intrigued. What a beautiful story, horrid. Yes, I'm certain, but still beautiful.
Yeah, the tragedy of your life is kind of romantic in a way, you know? Yes, the suffering of others. It makes just the most beautiful story.
She dared to marry for love. Tell me, did your father have his own fortune, or were you quite penniless? Oh, you must forgive me. Oh, Henry often scolds me for being indelicate.
No, not at all. My father left no legacy. He died when I was quite young. But we always managed to scrape along, Mother and I.
When I think of the indignities you've suffered, it must have inspired an awful resentment of the upper classes.
No. I don't hate all nobility. Why would you even... but like if I did, would you tell anybody about that? No, right?
Oh no, there I go again! And I'm making assumptions about you. When there's nothing I despise more than people making assumptions about me.
Yeah, assumptions make an ass out of you and me, as they say.
I know they talk about me in the village. They see a girl who's rich and from an important family and not unattractive. And they assume, well, they assume a lot of things. But the truth is none
I
of
mean, when it comes to I feel like people are making up stories about the nobility all the time. Like the whole, I forget which one, the queen who's Marie Antoinette, and they're like, and her whole, and let them eat cake kind of thing. She never said that. And she actually donated quite a lot of food to, like, you know, the public and stuff. But they still rallied around her decadence and, like, let them eat cake statement of, like, how disconnected she is from everything. But that just never happened. People just make stuff up sometimes. And back then, there's no way to fact check it. Although nowadays there are ways to fact check things, and people still don't do it. So the more things change, I guess.
Know me at all. Not who I truly am. An oyster shell itself is unassuming, but look inside, you'll find a pearl. The man who otherwise is unpresuming, they share the same blood as a nerve. Do not dismiss.
No, hasn't seen blood.
She could be tender-hearted, have no doubt. The world would be in awfully good condition if we could all live.
So here's the question. You're saying a lot of this stuff about yourself. How much do you understand the suffering of the lower classes? Like, do you understand the suffering of the lower classes at all? Because a lot of your family members don't seem to.
Inside out.
You have a refreshing way of putting things, Miss Nicewell.
The belladonna is my favorite flower. I love its shape and its perfume. You'd likely join the angels in an hour should you ingest its rather deadly bloom.
Oh, it's poisonous. I feel like people just love surrounding themselves with things that are beautiful but dangerous. They are very beautiful flowers, though. I can understand it. Just don't get any kids in here because they will stuff that in their mouth and visit the angels, as she said. The way he looks at the audience and puts it away is so good. It's like, that's a helpful tool we're gonna use later. Oh, it's an actual swing. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Why not make it an actual swing if you could? By the way, okay, I don't want to mention it before, but like, is there like a romantic thing? I think they're cousins, right? I guess it's the 1900s. That's not. It's pretty not uncommon to like marry your cousin, but it's still kind of weird to me. I'm like, that's your cousin. What are you? Why are you getting any feelings for her at all? Watch yourself. And I was also thinking the same thing with the other guy as well. I was like, that's your cousin. Watch yourself.
I have so often had similar sentiments.
And when I meet the man for whom I'm fated, I'll know the one I've waited for is he, for he will find these wealthy trappings overrated.
Using the floor. The way I was just looking at his feet, like doing a little run to keep the whatever. I'm sorry, I got distracted. But I guess it makes sense if you were looking for somebody who doesn't care too much about all the rich stuff. It would be a person of a lower class that would fill that position. Damn, the notes knocked him off the chair. They were shocking me too, though. I understand. I feel that. But I guess that we're now confirming this is essentially the love interest of the rest of the musical. Little wild that he's about to kill her brother, but I'm sure that's fine.
Down and turn it right side up.
Hi. He's like, yeah, go ahead. You got this. I just... I think he already forgot about the whole murder plot. The comedy in this is so good. I think it's like my favorite kind. It's just things happening in the background, things happening. It's so good. Just nobody acknowledging any of like the comedy. Or actually no, occasionally him acknowledging it, but nobody else. It makes it so good. I really do like the song and like the whole idea of, you know, if we could, everything was inside out, everything might be flipped on its head, or this be the same thing. Show how nothing's really, we're all kind of the same in the end. Nothing's really that different from one thing to another. It's all concepts and that we force upon items and stuff. And if people could acknowledge that bit more, it'd be kind of really useful. It would help against tribalism a lot. But alas, the world is not. Guys, no one... they're just in their own world. They're not even on the stage anymore. They can't even process the fact that he's actively dying. Well, that's 3 on the kill counter. We only got 5 left.
I shall confess it occurred to me at the funeral that should I achieve my goal of becoming Earl, I could find no finer woman to be my countess than Miss Phoebe Dicewith. Needless to say, I was greatly relieved that as a woman of my own generation, Miss Dicewith did not stand before me in the line of succession.
Because otherwise, she would also be on the chopping block. He's really determined to get that position. You gotta respect at least that. He is determined.
There were women of my mother's generation who did precede me in the lineage. As a result, mother had been closest to her cousin, Hyacinth.
Ruh-roh. I guess being a woman does not keep you safe, even back then.
Now an unmarried woman of a certain age. The latest charitable venture had secured her a place atop the pecking order of society.
I wish I could read what her charity is. I'm gonna assume feeding dogs, which actually back then is kind of bad, like stray dogs specifically.
It is elite.
I am proud to stand among the down-witted of greater love.
Lady Hyacinth had a virtual monopoly on the feeble-minded, but her valiant efforts disintegrated into scandal when her beneficiaries turned out to be not so dull of wit after all.
With a whole year's worth of donations stolen. If I'm never to show my face in society again, I've got to find a new cause of my own. And quickly. Come, any idea?
Oh, so she's just doing scam charities. Oh, she deserves everything coming to her. Just doing charities and be like, hey, and then when people realize, hey, these charities aren't helping us, screw you. And she's like, oh, well, sorry. I guess I got to change IDs and do a new charity. Which is just how a lot of modern charities run, honestly. Be really careful about which charity you donate to. Some of them waste a lot of money on operating fees.
Lady Sigma has the fly.
And the fun little sailors' winners.
That's the two of them combined.
Night school for the nervous.
Lady Beach and Margaret Guest.
Crutches for the cripples.
That was Elsie Pond's bequest.
Wayward women.
Daisy Gray.
Who's behind these figured men?
Daisy Gray.
And the deaf. Oh, don't tell me. It's Gretel yet again. Oh, everyone.
All these charities, all these groups, they already have charities that you can't abuse.
One's got something, can't you see why I'm bereft? I want to do some good, but what the devil's left?
What the devil's left.
Or maybe I misunderstood. Does she just want to do charities? It sounds confusing.
Come and read this, Dice.
Yes, speak up, what is it?
Aaron Philpott, madam, of the Foreign Office. We met last month at the Consumptives Ball.
Oh, yes. Well, you're looking much better.
If I may, one hears about such terrible poverty in Egypt these days.
Egypt! Land?
Poverty in Egypt? He probably made that up so bad.
Pharaohs and of Moses the Israelites, home to the Great Pyramids and the Sphinx.
No, not those pyramids. The other ones.
Now home to starvation and disease, of desperate and abandoned children, a land in need of a new heroine, dare I say, a modern-day Cleopatra.
That went to everything. Her desire to be the savior of the people. Her desire to be beautiful. Compared to Cleopatra, one of the most one of the biggest things she's known for is being beautiful. That's the highest honors you can get.
That's it! One population, orphanage in Cairo! With families from the reeds along the Nile, to watch a creature blow, to swallow it and know.
She literally has the crown of a... That's typically depicted, that Cleopatra's typically depicted wearing. Although, I don't know enough about ancient Egyptian, clothing to know if that's true at all. By the way, Egypt is so old that in Cleopatra's time, there was still another ancient Egypt that they had archaeologists for. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Joy of its pathetic little smile. The news travels soon enough to London. Selflessness would lead to greater fame. The sniping will be still, and the empire will be filled with homes for bastard children in my name.
To bring the poor Egyptian children to London? Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess that's the plan. And maybe bring some mummies over. There's a lot of nobilities with a hankering for that mummy. Yes, people ate mummies. I'm not gonna go into it.
And off she went. What I'd failed to tell her was that a violent uprising against the Empire was imminent, and no British citizen was considered safe. So you can imagine...
Yeah, I guess that explains why all the... there's so many poor civilians. It's because there's a war going on.
My surprise when Lady Hyacinth returned to London, quite unharmed.
Oh!
Oh, Baron, I couldn't possibly... the degradation! Deprivation!
What about the children?
Beggars and thieves, the lot of them. Imagine not rising for God save the King. However, my last jest be truly appreciated.
Stop. Guys, come on. Don't do that. You're not on stage. But also, yeah, she's fine. Great. I guess she just, saw the war and was like, damn, that's crazy. And then left. Which, honestly, it's reasonably smart thing to do, actually. So, how many attempts is it going to take before she dies?
Why did the place so low that hope itself has been abandoned?
You've heard, of course, of the untouchables in India.
India?
Oh, the untouchables in India. Actually, I remember hearing something about that. What are the untouchables in India? That's, yeah, untouchables India. Because India has, like, a caste system, right? Or had a caste system? Oh, wow, okay. Sorry, I'm just, like, reading. So, it just seems like the lowest caste in India, where... And part of the caste system is, like, held up by, like, the belief of karma. So if you're born at the lower caste, then clearly your previous life you were horrible and therefore deserved to be at that lower caste. Yeah, just whatever caricature it'll take for you to go over there, ma'am.
That's it. We'll find ourselves some lepers in the punjab. The helpless and the wretched and the cursed.
Just however, man.
Got it and unblessed. Take the time for it. If Daisy Treble doesn't get there first. He arrived at Harbour out to
That expression was genuinely scary. Why was their tongue so long?
And off she went.
Alright, so what's the secret, like, horrible thing here that should get her killed?
I neglected to mention the malaria pandemic in the Punjab. Public insurance in case leprosy itself will prove contagious. So you can imagine my shock when Lady Hyacinth returned to London in record time. Quite a picture of health.
Shocking. Bro, come on.
Oh, the dear, disgusting lepers. It's a terrible restrictive caste system in India that refused to accept our help.
Of course the leopards were sick. That's like part of being a leopard. Bro.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to penetrate the jungle of deepest, darkest Africa.
Africa!
All the others, they're so tired of having to follow her around, like, because these journeys back then are like months, right? It takes months to cross like the lands, even with the roads and like potentially more robust like system of travel. It's like takes months to get anywhere, and they're like, oh gosh, we have to go again. Who is this guy that's giving ideas? And her caricatures are getting even more racist. Yeah, I'm sure it won't take long to learn an entire other language of a group of people on a different continent, yeah? Like, I'm sure.
Words they have but 6, and 5 of them are tricks, and all of them are different words from Dapper. Can't you see that light for shining faces? The faces! Feet on the swing from right to right.
What?
Lost, shall never come across. I try my back, but faces worse than mine.
I mean, very good depiction of just how I'm sure people from London genuinely thought of people from other parts of the world, you know? Just pure caricature, because it's all they had.
The heart is lost and it may stay upon us, but even they are part of God's design. We bid you all goodbye. Goodbye. Let all of London try to find a child of faith is worse than mine.
Oh, it has a flag.
Charity.
Like every country, it's our... their expansion, it's explained as, it is our, you know, mercy, our divine right or whatnot of to spread civilization to these people. We're doing a good thing by doing this, regardless of what their opinions may be. Alright, so how does she survive that?
I may have neglected to mention she was headed straight for a particularly noteworthy tribe of cannibals.
Oh!
Times of London, late edition, society lighting disappears in darkest Africa. Lady Ice and Dice.
Okay, there you go, it worked. It took a bit, but, you know, considering she just immediately went off multiple times, I guess it was only inevitable she would go on an ill-fated journey. And the jungle is a harsh place.
With embroiled in tribal incident. Society lighting in African stew. Lady Ice and Dice was presumed dead. Here are the reports and questions.
Oh, excellent work, Montague. Do you know? I was quite astonished to discover how near you are to the succession. Beg your pardon, sir. Well, let us consider if Lord Adalbert, the present Earl...
I beg your pardon, he says, as if he doesn't know, as if he hasn't been building it up to get closer and closer.
...to die, there are only two others who precede you. That is, of course, when I myself am out of the way.
Perish the thought, sir.
Go on as you are doing, Montague. And who knows what may happen?
Who knows how unlucky my family may be? And I assume it's bad luck because, I mean, who would kill my family members, right? Anyway.
Look at him. No denying his humble start. But it fills up this poor old heart when I see how well he's done. Monty, what is your current salary?
400 per annum, sir.
Let's make it 5, shall we? Look at him.
See, it's like, it gets like this very complicated feeling of, man, this guy, you know, he's kind of raising me now and doing all this stuff, but he didn't help my mother. He let my mother suffer for decades. Like 2, 3 decades. Like all the time of him growing up. So as nice as he's being now, I know he let my mother suffer. And that probably destroys any potential goodwill from like growing in his heart. Although even then, he probably does have a soft spot for this man because he is making his life very nice now. And monkey brain have monkey emotion. But still.
Oh, the loyalty he has shown, how my fondness for him has grown, till he's almost like a star. Some might have thought him unsuitable, how quickly he's earned my respect. Oh.
Is he hearing this, like, his thoughts? Because if he knows that, he's like, wow, I can't believe he thinks of me like that.
That the dice with we cast aside could become such a source of pride is the last one you'd expect.
Oh, hey.
It's wonderful, Monty. I'm so happy for you.
Things have changed, haven't they?
And
To think I began life in a third-rate terraced house in Clapham.
well, I suppose we're both
Guys, they're still visiting each other? Come on, guys, move on.
doing rather well, aren't we? We honeymooned in Firenze. That's Florence, you know.
Is it? Just you and Lionel and all those marble statues. However did you tell them apart?
Oh, yikes. I mean, it is kind of a compliment that you're comparing her to a marble statue. Oh, wait, were you comparing the other person to a marble statue?
Lionel and all those marble statues. However did you tell them apart?
Or just meaning that she's so dumb she can't teleport the statues.
Monty, you're horrid. Lionel, you know I never would have believed that good looks could bore one so soon.
I'm afraid good-looking people who are stupid try one's nerves sooner than plain people who are stupid.
He's being so petty now. They're like exes, even though they never really dated, but they're like exes. Just constantly throwing barbs at each other.
These plain people do feel they must make an effort.
Well, Lionel is not only stupid, he's vulgar.
Let's not discuss your honeymoon, shall we?
Bro, you're still coming to Hurray even though... I thought he was gonna start like a love plot line with the other girl. I guess no, his heart's still like attached or wants for her, I guess.
Let's not.
So they're just gonna cheat. Okay, just cheating on your husband now. Cool. Despite both of them being like kind of like snippy at each other, I guess. What a complicated relationship it is. Alright, so things went... That one, interesting.
That Monty Navarro ever would come so far, so fast. Never have seen a man so keen to overcome his past. But now he can live in princely fashion, as the dice for playing requires. He can pursue with all his passion everything he desires. I must go.
Will I see you again?
Go. Some...
This is the worst case scenario for their relationship. She's cheating on her husband. He's like in a weird point with like multiple characters now. Her and his cousin. My goodness.
Might have thought him unsuitable. They would have, of course, incorrect. I always believed in Monty Navarro, even though in retrospect, who would have guessed whose bed I'd ring this very afternoon?
In retrospect, you say you always believed in him. Then why didn't you get with him? Or was it a case of I did believe in you, but I thought it would take you at least a couple years before you started really rising? A couple of years of really harsh, difficult times that I didn't want to like live through. Even then, I'm like, if I genuinely thought that we would hit it rich eventually, you know, we'd work hard and get there, I feel like I would have taken it. I'm like, all right, we'll be poor for a little while, but then it's gonna be great.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Only just unpacked from my protracted honeymoon. He's the last one you'd expect.
No, stop. Wait a moment. I know we're on to a great sequence, but that's actually the end of the stream. I know. Sudden, spontaneous, but that is in fact the end. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a great time. I hope you liked watching this with me. It was very, very funny. I feel like it's been a minute since we've actually seen something super comedic on the whole like musical reactions. Very happy to finally get back to something hilarious. But enough about that. If you like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and check out the original and do the same there, please. It'll be down in the description. At least it should be. And with that, yeah, that's it. Bye. Leave. I'm kidding. Love you guys. See you around. Outro song. This is the outro song, do. This is the outro song, do. This is the outro. This is the outro song, do. This is the outro song. This is the outro song. This is the outro song. This is the outro song, do. Bye. That's a pretty good stream. Really good stream. See you guys Thursday. Maybe. Hopefully. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Thursday.